whispered.
"Who can blame the poor wee lass? We're a world at war, and I reckon she took one look and said, 'What's the bloody point?'"
He petered out, just went on standing there. Fran had worked in the office, but as her mam failed to thrive, she'd gone to the Labour Exchange in Gosford and asked for war work. One where she'd earn decent money, she'd added, having heard the rumours around Massingham about some of the women finding well-paid work in a new factory. Then she'd be able to pay someone to help with the washing and give her mam a break. In the Labour Exchange, they'd told her she had to be over 18. She was 19. She had to work shifts. She would. Sarah had come with her, and as Fran agreed, so had she. The woman had hesitated. "It's dangerous, but no war work is a walk in the park. The pay is good, and trust me, you will be helping." Bert cut the bus engine and called, "Hoy yourselves, ladies! Work awaits!" The women groaned, rose and started to make their way along the aisle and down into the siding, which was clearly a turning point for all the workers' buses. Fran, Sarah and Beth followed, glad to be out into the cool, damp air. They walked in a convoy to the gates, showed their passes, and were beckoned through. Beth whispered, "Why the bloody hell did I sign up for this?" The other two sighed and exchanged looks. Fran knew it was what they were all feeling, but trusted Beth to actually say it. They followed a guard along the wide roadway, seeing a stream of women wearing overalls entering the grass-covered mounds over to the left. So perhaps they were actually bunkers, where the more dangerous work was done. There was no time to watch because the guard was setting a cracking pace, and Fran hurried along with the others, eventually turning left onto a path, which led to a large, low brick building. But then they were all large. The guard left them, pointing at a double doorway. Mrs. Oborn led the way, calling, "Follow your leader, pets!" The women laughed as they passed into a corridor and then turned into a windowless room lit by a couple of bare light bulbs. There were two women and a man standing at the far end. The women wearing black overalls, the man green, all of which contrasted with the whitewashed bricks. Fran's heart sank, just as Sarah nudged her, for the man was Mr. Swinton, a dour, bullying crosspatch of a Geordie from Sledgeford, near Massingham. He wore a badge that said Foreman. The two women wore black caps and badges that said Security and their names. One, a woman of about 30, whose frown was deep, stepped forward. She smiled and her face was transformed. "Welcome, ladies," she said. "Mrs. Radin and I are security officers. Some of you are new, so will the others forgive me as I go through the usual pep talk, or perhaps that's too optimistic a description. You see, new girls, I have to tell you what it is you've signed up for." She held up her hand. Only it wasn't a hand. It was an arm that ended at the wrist. "I made a mistake. I became careless and had a mishap with a detonator, and you may well find yourself working with these. So be careful." Fran gasped, along with several others. Miss Ellington continued to smile. "This is a filling factory, and it is work which is simple but needs total concentration and steady hands, for you will be filling armament cases of varying descriptions with explosive powders. These cases include detonators, shells, bullets, rockets, bombs. You are not only handling these powders, you are breathing them in, and they can cause rashes, changes in skin and hair colouring, and so on. Not always, but they can. We do our best to transfer you to the sewing shop or some such if this becomes a problem to you. Sometimes you feel sick, sometimes you get a bit emotional, sometimes... Well, let's not dwell on it, but we do what we can to give your bodies a change of scene." She pointed to Mr. Swinton.